Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. My name is Mike.
I'm Kenny's. Do you remember how a few weeks ago I got the new iPhone?
Yes.
Or not new, but like new to me.
Yeah. It wasn't the most brand new one, but it's an upgraded one from the one you had.
2 days after I bought that one, my phone magically started charging again.
Of course.
As it always does.
Yes.
So I thought about either writing it out for the week and just seeing what it does, or just immediately packaging up the new one and just start using my old one again.
Right.
I hate eSIMs.
Which you brought this up to me before about how it's a new type of SIM card. I didn't even know this was a thing.
My old SIM card does not work anymore. Like the physical SIM card doesn't work anymore.
Is this just like an Apple thing or?
I think it's an Apple thing taken from Android. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, so just new phones in general are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
I don't like it only because it's like, what if you lose it? Or like lose your phone?
Yeah, I feel like I've had my same SIM card across multiple phones at this point.
But getting that all transferred over was just such a pain in the ass, only because it was like, you'd have to... Well, first of all, I'm glad like I didn't delete everything off my old phone.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just kept everything there. But transferring that SIM card back over was such a pain in the ass because nothing would, like none of my messages or whatnot would transfer over.
Oh, weird.
Like I gave it a few days just because I was like, oh, I have iCloud Sync on, so let's just wait for that to kick in. 2 days later, like none of my messages would update because people have Androids. And I text them. So.
The green bubbles.
Yes. Needed those back. Just because it's like work related as well. And so I switched the SIM card back, or the eSIM back over to the new phone. And I don't know what I did, but then I transferred it back to the new old phone. And it just updated again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Can this process just be easy, please?
Oh, I know. I'm kind of afraid now to update to a newer phone now at this point because...
Yeah, because yours is the last one that has the physical SIM.
I didn't know that.
I think. It was either the 12 or the 13 where they introduced the no SIM tray.
Ah. Well, I'm not going with iPhone again. Fuck that.
Oh, I know you aren't.
Like, I only got this because it was an emergency phone. My other one completely died on me out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I had no phone for, a week and a half, maybe? To the point where I went to get it fixed, and the people who were trying to fix it blew up. I think they said 3 different screens.
Jeez.
And it cost them, I think they said like $2,000 in screens or something like that.
Wow.
And they didn't charge me any of it. Like the owner came in and sat me down to talk to me about it. He's like, yeah, so we're trying everything and we just burned through all these screens trying to fix it for you.
No.
He's like, if we keep doing it, we're going to be wasting more money trying to fix your phone.
Yeah.
So he said they couldn't even keep my phone on long enough to back up anything. So I lost everything. But I mean, this iPhone was the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I need a phone. Because at that point I was going onto Google Maps and remembering the map path of where I need to go if it's somewhere new.
Isn't that when you texted, or not texted, but like messaged me on Google Chat?
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, can you come with?
Yeah, I was like, I need to go down into this area, which I know you know well.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the directions, but I don't know if I can. I'm going to be so hyper-focused on the directions I might forget by the time I'm actually doing it. So I swung by your place, picked you up, and you helped be my navigator to get down there.
Well, it's fun, though.
It was, and it's crazy, too, how we're in that age now where we're so reliant on our phones that...
No, go ahead.
That if we lose our phone, at least for me, because I'm not originally from here,
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't tell you how to get anywhere aside from where I go to work and where I go to shop.
We were the generation that was raised on printed maps from MapQuest.
I forgot about MapQuest. We took distracted driving to the next level with the printed up maps.
Different level, yeah.
I remember like going down the road, flipping through my papers, like which step am I on now? And like, oh, okay, this one. Where's the exit? I'm trying to find it.
Remember like state maps too? Like those big foldable state maps?
Oh, yeah.
I think I still have those somewhere of San Francisco.
I feel like that'd be useful.
They would be, yeah.
If you knew how to like read them and figure out where you were.
Just channeling in your inner 90s brain.
It's one of those things that like one big solar flare that take out the satellites, we're fucked
Oh, yeah.
on getting anywhere.
Like, goodbye.
There's a time when I had a printed out map and I was going down into the city to see a friend, and I had my printed out maps. And so I'm following that. I took the wrong exit on accident.
Oh, no.
And I was completely lost. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going because now my directions mean nothing to me because I'm now in a completely different area. I think I just asked someone, hey, how do I get to this area? They kind of told me, and I just called my friend on my cell phone. Like, this was flip phone days when we didn't have GPS.
Oh.
So I just thought, I called him and like, this is what I see right now. Can you somehow direct me to you? And you had to like print out directions both ways. It's not a one. You had to have like.
It's not a one-way thing.
You're using up all this paper to get to and from.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's like the physical map itself and the step-by-step directions. And it just wasted so much paper.
It did waste a lot of paper. Actually, I just found this out the other day. I haven't looked into it to see if it's even true. This is kind of going down like a kind of conspiracy side. But I feel like it's true because it brought up a lot of good points. Did you know that printers, there can't be any like new brand of printers that are made and like introduced to the world? Because like the Canons and all that stuff, when they print paper for you, they print these almost invisible dots in the top corner of the page, which is why you're always out of yellow ink.
Oh.
And those invisible dots tell you the location where you bought your printer, the area code, and all this other stuff, so they can trace that paper back to that area.
That's scary.
Yeah. And apparently it's like illegal for another company to make a printer that isn't regulated in the system.
That's scary. I don't like that.
I don't either. I saw this like, that actually makes a lot of sense because you're always losing yellow ink, even if you're not printing yellow. So yeah, that's something to be afraid of now.
Thank you. I just want to bring up one thing going off that, and then I want to finish my iPhone story. So I saw this one thing on the internet not the other day, but like a while back, just going off like the whole tracking you thing.
Oh yeah.
If you donate your hair to somebody who needs a hair transplant and they go ahead and commit murder.
Oh.
Like, they find your DNA there because of your hair.
This is a good like movie concept.
Ooh, we should write one.
We're copying it right now. You can't steal this idea from us.
This is copyrighted.
Don't steal it.
For the record. If we see this anywhere now.
That's actually an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Because there's also that, I saw this one about you can technically buy like a lottery ticket in one state, go across state lines during daylight savings time, and then be in the time that you bought the ticket at the other place.
That's scary.
And you can commit a murder, but you have an alibi to say that you were at the gas station.
We're stealing this idea too. Copyright. Copyright.
But yeah, it's crazy, like the tracking thing. I came up with my own little like conspiracy theory about the tracking thing. It's gonna take a while. I don't even want to get into it on this episode.
Maybe next one.
Maybe, but it all started because I was sitting behind a Tesla at a red light and I was thinking about it more, and then I went down this rabbit hole in my brain.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, you have an iPhone story.
I do.
I didn't realize that we didn't even finish that story.
Nope. So after that whole thing, I went to the Apple Store to return it. Obviously, that went through. They were like, anything wrong with it? I'm like, nah, I just didn't want it because the new one's coming out and my old one works. So it's whatever. He's like, it took me like, 2 minutes to do all that?
Oh, nice.
Like, no time at all.
That's probably the fastest Apple interaction anyone's ever had.
Yes. Finally. But I got to my car and I went on my banking app and then went to that pending transactions, saw my return was pending. And so I clicked on it and I was like, okay, notify me once this is posted.
Yeah.
So I know, like, because it's a large sum and I'm like, I want to be at least on track with this. Make sure I get that back. But the day it was supposed to be posted, they texted me, or like my bank texted me, and they're like, yeah, we can't post this because it was canceled, so you're not getting your money back. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Excuse me? Yeah, what do you mean?
And this is my money, bitch.
And I need it now.
And so this has got like, this gave me like so much anxiety because this was like at 6 a.m. and they don't open until 10. And so like I rushed to work, got to like opening everything, just checked on my emails really quick, went outside and called my bank. And they're like, yeah, we can't really do anything about it because it's the seller who did it.
Oh no.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Damn it. And so I had to wait until like after 10 when they opened to go to the Apple store and get it all checked out. So I go there during lunch and they were like, you may have to call your bank because we really don't do that. Like, we don't just cancel transactions or like returns.
Well, you did.
I'm like, I did. I promise you. And so he was like, okay, well, let me just check my end to see if it is something we did. But can you just do me a favor and call your bank? And so I did, which I hate my bank so much. It's so annoying.
Why?
Because they, like, I hate just automated systems in general because they never give you the option to just talk to somebody. And so I'm just standing there, like, smashing the 0 button. Like, just get me to somebody, please.
And they have some systems, too, where it's, you push the 0 and they're like, we know you want to talk to a human, but please let me help you. I'm like, I'm going to come unplug you if you keep talking to me like that.
Fuck you, robot.
It's like, I swear it has to be deliberate the way they set up those menus. Because if I've ever had to call for Comcast, and I'm sure everyone listening had to deal with this problem, you spend at least 45 minutes just through the menus trying to figure out where you need to go to even talk to someone. And it's like, they just hope that you get mad enough that you just don't care and you hang up.
Exactly.
It should be illegal. That's so frustrating.
Yeah. And so I finally got to somebody and they're like, you can wait 3 to 5 business days and just check to see if that shows up because we do kind of cancel it. I'm like, I'm so done playing this back and forth. Somebody please tell me when I will get my fucking $1,000 back on this fucking phone that I did not even need in the first place. And so the guy came back and he's like, so I lied to you. It was our fault. I'm like, man. Oh no. He's like, these stupid ass corporate people just want to do their maintenances on weekends when it's our busiest time of the week. And so what happened was when your return was posted is it was the same time that the maintenance was happening. And so everything was shut down. So your return never went through, even though your receipt shows that it did.
Wait, who is doing maintenance during work hours?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what he was saying too. He's like, these fucking corporate people just don't know what that retail hours means, that people are there buying shit.
Anytime anyone does maintenance is always, hey, if you're in a corporate office, it's like the weekend, Saturday at like these hours, and they'll let you know. If it's on the weekday, it's like, okay, at midnight or something.
Like after hours, yeah. So he's like, I'm so sorry. Can you just like write down your name and phone number and email, and I'll like look into this and like let you know. I'll like text you or whatever. I'm like, okay. But he was so sweet about it too. And I'm like, as long as I get my money back, I don't care. And so apparently that email went to my junk folder. Because I was like waiting the entire day. So I was like, wait, I did have a junk folder. Let me just check that real quick.
Refresh.
Where's it? But he did like email me like not even 20 minutes after I left. Just saying like, hey, we escalated this. You should be hearing about this in 2 to 3 days. And so I just checked like at the end of that day. And I was like, let me just check to see if it even went through.
Yeah.
And it did.
Oh, nice.
And I was so happy.
Oh, there you go.
But like, I've never had this issue with anything ever before.
Yeah, it's at least good that they were able to look into it and figure it out right away.
Yeah.
Unlike the problem when your phone broke and they looked into it and couldn't figure anything out. It's like, yeah, everything's passing, so I don't know what to tell you. It's like, oh, thanks for your help.
It was so helpful.
It would have been this would be top, like, your luck. Is it goes through, phone's going through, you get your money, awesome. And then your old phone goes back and stops charging again.
See, at that point, I was just been like, I'm done. Fuck Apple, fuck iPhones. I'm switching right now.
It's like you have your Apple agent listening on your microphone. And it's like, oh, she just returned it. Okay, let's get that back. And
let's go, guys.
Let's get that code going so it stops working again.
I mean, I feel like I will be needing a new phone soon.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is old. It's functional, but it just pisses me off so much.
I mean, I think you've had that phone as long as I've known you, right?
I think I got this in 2019 or 2020.
Okay, so
Like just before COVID.
literally as long as I've known you, you've had that phone.
Pretty much.
Which, surprising that it's lasting that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to look into mine because there was... First off, I hate how Apple hides everything in all these little fucking menus.
You could just search for it.
I could. So I've only had... How long ago did my phone break? Was that like 2020?
2022?
So about 2 years ago.
Probably.
And my maximum capacity on my phone for the battery is already at 83%.
That's crazy.
And I think yours is about the same.
Mine's at 84, yeah.
Yeah, for 4 years of having it. I've had mine for 2 and it's already burnt down that much. It's just, it's so frustrating. And every time a new iPhone comes out, it's always the same problem of, the battery sucks. You bought the brand new phone and you returned it like 2 days later because the battery died.
Yeah, the battery wasn't like holding. And I had nothing open. I was just playing music. I played music on my other phone all day. And by the end of the day, it's at like 38%, which is at the end of the day. But with the 15, it was like 2 hours later, it was at 25. And I'm like, this isn't going to work for me.
I can't live off of this.
First world problems.
I had the weirdest message this morning. You know how every week, I think it's every week, you get a message of, this is how much you've looked at your phone. My message said, your viewing percent is down 88%, and you've only looked at your phone for an average of 15 minutes a day.
No, I know you. You don't do that.
No, not at all. I'm like, are you sure? You're like, what information are you reading on that?
You sure about that?
You sure about that? I spend at least easily 4 hours a day on YouTube Shorts.
Yes, you do.
I don't try to, but I do. This morning, first off, I slept in way longer than I wanted to.
Oh, no.
And then I spent 2 hours in bed on YouTube Shorts, not wanting to get out of bed.
Of course you did.
I'm like, I need to get my day started. So now I'm like, I don't know what's going on with that metric, but now that's not reading my phone correctly, I guess.
I guess it's a good thing.
It makes me look good, yeah.
Yes.
That's how you break your phone addiction. You just have faulty software to tell you wrong numbers.
I mean, like, speaking of spending time on, like, YouTube Shorts and whatnot, I don't know if you've gotten, like, not ads, but, like, videos of, like, well, technically they're ads. Mine has been body massagers.
Why?
Every other ad is for, like, a fucking body massager on TikTok Shop, and I'm like, I don't need this.
I've been getting a lot of Temu ads. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like, what is going on with short form media like this that's just targeting you for one specific thing that you do not need?
And do you get ones for games too?
Like
mobile games?
No.
Weird. Yeah, mine is either Temu or this one stupid looking game that I keep getting ads for. It's like, check out this mobile game. No, I don't want to play your stupid game.
Come on, move.
I don't know what the algorithm does to like figure out what you might be interested in.
That's the thing though too. I've never looked at massagers at all. I might have said that my back hurts and I need a massage. Maybe it's feeding that and targeting it to me.
They're hearing that and they're seeing like, okay, this is how old she is. Okay, we might need to be getting her massagers. Local masseuses in your area.
It's not even that. It's like one of those like things that you just strap on and it just like massages your back.
Oh, like the massage chair thing, but you strap it to yourself? Oh, yeah, those probably don't work.
No. But then another thing I've been getting is like different videos of like creators like not promoting, but like presenting new foods and whatnot from like Costco and Trader Joe's. I don't know if you've gotten that.
I think I do recall something popping up about maybe a crab or a lobster or something from Costco.
I keep getting videos of like, here's this week's new items at Trader Joe's. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Now my algorithm's understanding me.
Talk to me. But like, there's like so many new things. So I like also go on Instagram too, and my explore page is full of stuff with like that as well, of like new upcoming items at Trader Joe's. And that's why I like send you stuff, because it's like, oh, keep an eye out for this because this looks interesting.
I've always wondered how you find out about that.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, hey, you're going to Trader Joe's soon, so you should check out this food.
That's like the one honeycomb chocolate thing.
Yeah.
Which was just like Butterfingers, pretty much.
You sent me on a scavenger hunt for that.
I did. Oopsies.
The thing is whenever I'm at Trader Joe's, I only look down. I'm in the freezer section. I'm only looking down. I never look up. So anything above the freezer items, I couldn't tell you what's up there.
You have horse blinders on.
More or less. Well, the thing is, one, Trader Joe's is so fucking packed all the time. So I just want to get in and out. I think my average time of getting in and out is like 5 minutes. I think you've been with me too, going through Trader Joe's.
I have, yes. You just want to.
I know exactly where I need to go. I know exactly what I need to grab. I grab it, fill my bags, get to the cash register, and back to my car.
Yep.
I don't want to deal with anyone in there.
Oh, imagine if they put self checkout just for you. That'll be like your dream.
That'd speed up my time even more.
2 minutes max.
Dude, oh my God. Dude. I was shopping. What day is today? Okay, so 2 days ago I was shopping, and I'm sitting there trying to get down the aisle. Okay, you know how when you're going down Trader Joe's.
Okay, hang on just one second. He's about to go off.
I've been holding this in for so long.
Go off.
You know, like with Trader Joe's, it's pretty much an unwritten rule that you go down, especially the freezer section, you go down in one direction. Mm-hmm. And then on the other side, that goes the opposite direction. So you kind of like do the circle loop if you want to go up and down the aisles.
Pretty much, yeah.
I hate when new people go to Trader Joe's because they don't understand that rule. So you have like this clash of people wanting to go in the opposite directions down the same row. It's like, no, you're supposed to go in that direction over there. Like there should be arrows on the road or the aisle so you can direct people. The foot road.
Beep, beep, motherfucker.
So I'm like, I know where I need to be, what I need to get. Mm-hmm. So I see this mess and I'm going down the middle. I'm like, screw you guys. I'm going down the middle and cutting into the sides when I need to get stuff. There's this old lady like coming down with her cart. She sees me in the middle and she's still just walking towards me like a slow moving boulder about to run me over. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you clearly see me standing here, but you're just continuing on as if I'm invisible. It's so frustrating.
I see the vein popping out of your head. Vein has made an appearance.
The angry vein.
Let's not pop that now. But like my point was to all that is that there's so many new things like being posted to Instagram. So I think it was on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I went to Trader Joe's just to pick some stuff up before I went home. And I picked up a few things that are new and I want to try, which you'll see. But he was like, or like the person who was like ringing my stuff up, he was like, oh yeah, it's cool that you got all this because the second we do, within a few minutes, it's all sold out.
Oh.
And I was looking at the prices and whatnot. So it was like, the prices were up on the shelf, but there was a sign that said this item is only limited to 3 per transaction.
That's the thing that shows on the signs now?
Mm-hmm. Because of the popularity of why it's being posted on social media. Like, there's so much of a craze. And he was like, yeah, every time this comes in, you have to get it because who knows when we'll be getting it at all.
I'm curious on what this is. I wonder if they have that for the French onion mac and cheese.
No, that's I think more of a seasonal thing.
Right, but when it comes in, at least on the first day when it comes in.
Your fat ass got 12. Shut up.
Dude, my freezer has, hey, I'm down now. So I had like 15 boxes of the French onion mac and cheese in my freezer. I was planning out, so by the time I'm done with the final box, they'll be back in stock again.
There you go.
Every week I was buying 3 to 4 boxes to keep a stock.
You're one of those people, huh?
But they're good.
They are.
And the thing is like day 1 of that coming in, you can't find it. It's completely sold out.
Yeah. I was getting my stuff checked out, and the guy who was ringing my stuff up, he's like, yeah, so there's going to be bubble waffles coming in too. California's already gotten them. And I'm like, ooh, when are we getting them?
Bubble waffles?
It's like those like how you see in like tea shops or like boba shops. There's like bubble waffles as well.
Are you saying boba waffles or bubble waffles?
Bubble waffles.
Like a bubble gum?
Yes.
Okay.
But instead of like indents in the waffles, there's more like bubbles.
I don't like that.
I want to try it. It looks interesting. But he's like, the guy was like, yeah, California got them, and within a few hours it was all sold out. But we put in an order, and we don't know when we're going to be seeing it. It's going to be probably 2 or 3 weeks out from now. But he's like, even that's been showing up on social media, so we're already prepared for it to sell out within the first few hours. I'm like, holy hell. And then he's like, yeah, because even like the canvas tote bags, like those were on social media, on Instagram, and all like these people were posting it. And now the people who have gotten it have been reselling it for like $500, even though our retail price is $3.99.
Wait, 500?
$500.
They are making mad profit off of this.
I don't get it. Like, I get like there's a craze, sure, but like this much of a craze where you have to resell items that can't easily be readily available if you just wait long enough for $500.
Yep.
And people are paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how crazy do you have to be?
It's the resale culture. I hate it, but there's nothing you can do about it either.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, we have shows or tickets for a show coming up in August.
Mm-hmm.
And I got first off, tickets sold out in 5 minutes. Luckily, I was able to secure seats.
You were telling me that story.
It was a mad dash to even get a seat before they all went out.
You did that during work too. That was hilarious.
And my boss was behind me cheering me on, like, come on, you got this. Go. He's like, just click on seats. I'm like, I'm trying to click on seats. They're all disappearing on me too fast. But I got it. And I think I'm just going to make up a rough number because I don't really remember. I think it's about $80 a ticket. Not that bad.
Right.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
People then went and put those up on, I think, StubHub to resell their tickets for like $350.
No way.
So, I mean, that's the thing is like people get in early just to buy up as much as they can, knowing that they can resell it for a high profit.
I feel like, and that I think Ticketmaster has made that illegal too, right?
I've heard something about it.
Because I was looking at a show with a friend from work, and we were both looking at or comparing it on different websites. On Axis, it's I want to say it was like $50 cheaper than it was on that versus Ticketmaster, and it's like, why the discrepancy?
Yeah, there's actually a huge lawsuit going on right now. Did you hear about that?
No.
Ticketmaster and whatever their subsidiary company is, I forget. But they are now being like investigated or something for having a monopoly on the concert ticket.
I feel like I've heard of that. I just didn't think it was this recent.
It may be one of those things that keeps getting brought up. Because I feel like I've heard that even 10 years ago.
Already, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's all those hidden fees and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Oh, the fact that you even looked at the ticket, we're charging you $5.
And it's funny because Ticketmaster has no hidden fees.
Technically, they don't because they show you everything they're charging you when you go to check out.
But when you check out, it's like, here's some more.
Yeah. The fact that you're checking out, there's $1.
You want to add a credit card? Here's another $1.
That's the biggest thing too.
Mm.
Why is it when you do will call now, it costs more money? Like, that's the cheaper option.
Right?
It's like, oh, you don't want us to send you your ticket? You got to pay $3 more now.
That's annoying because, like, you're going to be there anyway.
Exactly.
You just have to go pick it up.
I wonder if it's like because they're printing physical tickets.
Probably.
The whole concert thing has changed so much since like I started going to shows.
See, I wasn't really allowed to go to these like either concerts or shows or whatever as a kid. And so now I'm reliving all that with all these bands going on tour again. But how do you remember it?
There was the time, so during college, I worked at Starbucks and me and my manager were at closing shift. And he said, hey, if we get started on closing now, do you want to come down to a concert with me down at this one venue? Is the biggest venue that everyone always went to. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think I've ever heard the band. It was The Devil Wears Prada, which they're huge now. But back then I was like, I think I may have heard that name, but I don't really know any of their music.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started early on closing, got everything done. So by the time the closing hour hit, all we had to do was just like a few things and we're done and we were out of there. The show has been going on this entire time,
oh, okay.
mind you. So I get in his car. He takes us down. We get there, go up to the thing, say, hey, we're here for the show. They're like, cool. 2 tickets, go in. And we went and we saw it. And like we got there right as Devil Wears Prada was about to start. And they were the headliners.
Right.
You can't do that nowadays.
Really?
No, because we went to that one show that I brought you down to. And I tried to do that thing. I'm like, oh, I used to do this all the time. Go up and say, hey, I'd like 1 ticket. And they're like, yeah, that's sold out. You can't get a ticket.
Oh, right.
I got it for free still.
You did? Makes me regret buying a ticket when I could have just gone in for free.
I honestly don't know how I pulled that one off, but
no.
I somehow got into that show for free. But you can't do that now. It's almost like if you don't buy your ticket immediately, you can't go.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you could just show up to a show even like an hour after it started, and there were tickets available for you to go into it.
Yeah, because I remember this one show I went to, and I just wanted a souvenir, because I already bought the ticket. And so after it was all ending and everyone was getting out, I was like, hey, let me just try my luck and see if I can just get a ticket just for like a souvenir.
Yeah.
And so I went to like the person at the door and I just asked her, hey, do you have any like extra paper tickets left? And she's like, yeah. And she pulled out this giant stack of tickets. I'm like, damn.
That's where all the waste of money is going.
Exactly. You're printing tickets.
Yeah.
But it's like, even with entertainment, it's all changing too. Like, it's not just live shows.
What do you mean?
Like, with how, and I think it was you who brought this up. I want to say it was the, like, Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish thing.
Oh, yeah, we have new beef going on.
Yeah, we do have new beef going on.
Anyone who doesn't know, there's apparently, I don't know if it's like out in front of everyone, but it's like, people are speculating that there's feud going on between Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift.
Because I was kind of reading about it, and it was more like how vinyls have like variants.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? I get
Just
it.
money.
I get it for the hype, for the money, but it's like, there's so much waste.
Oh, 100%. Because you get what? A new cover of the picture and a new song?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'll pay $50 more for that, even though I own the other 10.
Sure. And then like that, and then like with even YouTubers in general. Like with the whole Watcher thing of them starting their streaming service.
Oh, jeez.
Was the most chaotic thing ever.
Anyone listening, if you're going to go into content creation, do your research.
Please.
And look at what other people have done and what failed. And don't do that again.
Yeah. Like, at least if it's out there, you have the information. Learn from it.
Yeah. Rooster Teeth just went down relatively recently. They were a conglomerate in the YouTube world.
Mm-hmm.
They had their own website. They had tons of like shows into their website. The website was free and they still failed. Now you have like Watcher coming along and they're like, hey, we want to do that.
You're name dropping here, by the way. Sorry.
No, fuck it. Everyone's been talking about it. Then you have Watcher coming along and they're like, hey, we only have like 3 shows and we're not giving you a free option.
Yeah, they just like, they first initially were like, yeah, we're putting all this behind a paywall for like, what, $6.99. And we're not going to be posting on YouTube anymore.
$5.99, I think.
It's $1. Fuck it. It's $6.99.
Yeah. Okay.
But putting that behind a paywall and saying we're going off of YouTube.
Yeah.
The fans on YouTube are the first ones who even made you to the level you are in the first place. And then to abandon all that, like, I don't get it.
And not even that, even in the YouTube video where they were announcing this whole website, they say, I think one of them says, oh, and if you don't follow us along to this next stage in our life, then thank you for at least watching this far. Like, you're clearly saying, hey, if you don't pay into this, then fuck you.
Exactly. That's like the biggest fuck you they've ever done.
Yeah. I instantly unsubscribed.
Oh, really?
Like, I haven't subscribed back. I'm done.
Wow.
For me, it's like you showed your cards.
Exactly.
You showed your character, and I'm done with that. I'm not going to keep supporting you.
I don't think I've ever was subscribed to them. But, like, it was funny because 2 days later, they were like, oh, yeah, we'll put our stuff back on YouTube. And it's like, you're only doing that to keep your fan base.
Oh, yeah.
At that point.
You're trying to save face.
Exactly.
But it doesn't make sense because they have a Patreon where people are paying money to support them.
Exactly.
So now, and that has exclusive content. So now you're getting rid of Patreon's exclusive content. I can't say that word today. And you're putting it on a website now. So now you're screwing over your Patreons who are actively supporting you every month.
Exactly. But then, like, recently, the Try Guys have done the same thing.
I thought you were joking when you told me this news.
No. So there used to be 3 of them because the 4th one was just in a whole lot of controversy that we're not going to get into because that was already hashed out and it's done.
That's so old.
It's very old. But the other one, so there's only 2 left now after this 3rd one left to pursue other projects. Naturally, you grow out of stuff and you want to like explore other things,
Exactly.
Which is understandable if you do something for a very long time. But after he left, the other 2 remaining ones were like, yeah, we're launching a streaming service. We also have our Patreon. Our cost is going to be $4.99, but we're not going to go away from YouTube.
They're not going away from YouTube.
They're not going away from YouTube. Like, the only stuff that is going to be on there is like exclusive content aside from Patreon. So like Patreons have their own content, and then the people who are going to be subscribing to the streaming service are going to have like additional content on top of that.
How I feel like they watched the Watcher thing and they're like,
They definitely did.
they're like, okay, don't do that. But they just
Exactly.
did.
I mean, that gives you an example of like how they learned from that.
But it's still shitty because you already have exclusivity with Patreon. Patreon is your exclusive site with exclusive content for people who want to pay for you.
Right.
Why the fuck are you launching a website to do the same fucking thing?
I don't know. But I did check out some of their content, and it is like worth kind of investing into if you are very involved with them.
I did look into it. They have a lot of stuff.
They did. Yeah, they do. But it's respectful of the fact that they realize that it's the YouTube fan base who brought them to where they are for free.
Yeah.
And still keeping everything there.
I feel like you need to go a step further. You need to take Patreon, get rid of your Patreon. Everyone who paid for the Patreon, say, okay, here's your free subscription to our the streaming service now.
Yeah.
And just hibernate everything over to your own website.
Or offer that as a Patreon level too. Or like in one of those levels that you've already set up.
Maybe. It's always weird for me for people to have multiple
paywalls
like that.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the variants of you have these variants of different albums with like one song.
Exactly.
Now it's like, oh, pay us for the streaming site. Oh, but pay us for the Patreon thing because if you don't have the Patreon thing, you can't watch that. And if you don't have the streaming site, you can't watch this.
Mm-hmm.
It's still shitty behind the scenes.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way. It's so frustrating because like there are people who have done it successfully.
Right.
Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, I hate them.
I do too. But they have a successful streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing differently to make it successful. And then there's also Dropout. Have you heard of them?
I don't think so.
I could be getting this wrong. Oh, actually, I showed you one of the shorts. The guy with the little hands clapping and like the fake interview improv thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Dropout.
Okay.
I could be getting this wrong, but I think Dropout was College Humor.
Okay, I do remember them.
And they rebranded to Dropout.
Got it. Right.
I think. I could be wrong on that, but I know they have some correlation with College Humor.
Okay, I did know College Humor rebranded.
So they have their own subscription thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's doing very well. So I wonder what those two people are doing to make it work so well, aside from like these other ones that are just like, you're messing it all up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it works for us because then we can see this and we say, hey, we're not going to do any of this stuff. We know how we're going to plan it out.
Write that down.
Write it down. And with the whole like, we kind of like really glossed over this, the whole variant thing. It's not like this is a new thing that has happened.
Not at all, no.
Like Blink-182 with the Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, there's 3 different albums. And each one had a very specific, I think each one had 2 different bonus songs on it. So if you wanted every bonus song, you had to buy all 3 albums.
Yeah, Enter Shikari has recently done the same thing.
Wait, did they?
Mm-hmm. They have a UK variant, a USA variant, an online exclusive, and then one for like their membership or like their members, and then a few, I think 2 or 3 others that I forget.
Which, yeah, it happens all the time. Even like way back in the day, Korn
had
like variants on with no extra songs. There's just the covers.
There was always a variant to like each new release.
The problem with it though is like the speculation behind why there's all these things. Did you read into it more?
Not really, no.
The whole point of all these variants nowadays is that actually, what was his name? Shit, what's his name? Old Town Road.
Lil Nas.
Lil Nas.
Old Town Road. That guy.
I know Nas was in it, but I couldn't figure out where to put it in the word. I was gonna say Nas the creator. Like, no, Tyler the creator, not Nas. So he did the same exact thing whenever he was remixing Old Town Road for like 800,000 times. And it's all to boost your numbers to keep you at number one in the billboards.
Mm-hmm.
So every time he released a new remix of the song, it counted as a new song, even though it was the same exact song, just now with a different feature on it.
Oh.
So that's what these variants are doing too. Of every time Taylor releases a new variant and it sells well, it's adding to the total number of. It's adding per the number sold, even though it's the same exact album.
Interesting.
It's a weird thing, but it's pretty much her playing the numbers to be number one. And so this whole thing is like, so then Billie tried to play the game too. Like, oh, you're doing this, I can do this. So she releases variants.
Yeah.
To get her numbers up. And then when Taylor Swift heard about that, she released even more variants on top of that.
She's been doing that for a long time. Like every other artist who has started or like has their release date planned out, Taylor would always like release something on that day.
Yep. And that's been where the huge feud is coming in now of like, people are starting to realize that Taylor is preventing people from
succeeding, basically. Yeah.
It's like, just, you're going to fall off.
She's already fell off for a while and she came back. You're going to fall off again.
Wait, she went away at one point?
Well, like, before she came back with the whole, like, Taylor's version thing, she did kind of fall off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, with the whole, I think it was her label. She had issues with, like, her label or something where...
Oh, buying the masters.
Yeah, where they owned what she's released.
I heard about that.
So after she put out her own version of everything, with a few lyrics changed, obviously, she blew up again. And that's when like all this whole like touring and whatnot started.
It's ridiculous how like you have to come to grips that one day you're not going to be relevant anymore.
That or like you're not the only entertainer. Like people don't exclusively listen to just you.
So for you to like put yourself as the bad guy, Billie Eilish, bad guy. you're just hurting your own
brand.
That's the
I
word.
guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like there's something else I wanted to say about that whole conversation too.
With the whole Taylor Swift thing.
Oh, yeah, that was the whole thing. You want to know why I don't like her?
Go off.
Aside from the music. Like, the music is... I'm not a huge pop fan, but if it's on, I'll listen to it.
I'm not either. I'll just listen to it when I'm either in the mood or I want to see what the hype is about. Like, she doesn't have bad music. It's just I'm not going to actively go listen to her.
Exactly. I'm not going to pay to go see her live. I'm not going to pay for an album.
Right.
But if I'm with someone and they're listening to it or it's on the radio, sure, I don't care.
Sure. Exactly.
It annoys me the most when she's also from Pennsylvania. Didn't know if you knew that.
I did not.
I'm from Pennsylvania too.
Wait, where is she from?
Oh, damn it. Hold on.
If you say Pittsburgh, I'm going to laugh.
No, it's not Pittsburgh. I know that
Okay.
for sure. West Reading.
Where is that?
I want to say it's more in the middle of the country.
Country.
Or state.
You Amish.
Oh, no, that's over by Philadelphia.
Ah, okay.
The only reason she's famous is because her dad drove her down to Nashville and paid for studio time for her to get on it. And then got into a label from there.
I forgot she was like this whole, like her whole brand was from that she's from Nashville.
Yep. She used to be a country girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she got her name up there. And then she used that to go into what she really wanted to do.
I forgot about that. Jeez.
But then, like, it annoys me because she's like, there's been videos I've seen in the past of her being up on stage, like giving these motivational speeches, like, you guys can do whatever you say your heart to. Don't let anyone stop. It's like, bitch, you had a rich dad who paid for everything to get to where you are. I hate when these rich ass kids tell other people that, oh, you can do whatever you want, just follow. Like, you had everything paid for you.
Follow your dreams. Yeah, no, really, it is annoying.
Like, you've never watched the show. We still need to get you to watch the show, but It's Always Sunny.
I want to say I watched the first episode, and then you told me about the Good Place.
Oh,
and I started watching that.
Such a good show, yeah.
Yes.
But Charlie Day, who's in It's Always Sunny, I've seen videos of him like giving motivational speeches and like how you get to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
He legitimately struggled.
Oh no.
To get into like acting and stuff.
Oh.
So like, you listen to his words of encouragement, it's like, it actually means something.
Right.
And whenever like Taylor says stuff, it's like, you're just talking out your ass. Like, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Which that other one, commencement speech, blew up too, because I think it was like the kicker on the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Sports.
Yeah, let's go. But he gave a commencement speech at some college, I forget where, but it was the most like misogynistic thing. It was basically like, oh, you're women, you did this, now you get to stay home and like tend to your kids and your husband and build this life as a housewife. I'm like,
is this real?
Excuse me? Yeah, I'll send it to you. And so every woman has been stitching this as like, look at what my accomplishments are.
Why would you like risk your career on that?
Exactly. You do realize it's 2024, right? Like, sure, if you have opinions that way, keep it inside. Don't bring something like that to a place where it's like, oh, you have your whole future ahead of you now. Like, something more inspirational rather than stay home and pop out babies.
Make me a sandwich. This time, leave off the tuna.
You say as you wear a wife beater.
I thought about that the other day whenever I was putting it on. Tank top, by the way. It's
Yes, I agree.
I remember like back in the day, people always called them wife beaters, and I never really like
understood why.
Me as a little kid, I'm like, are they saying wife beater or white beater? Because they would always be white.
Ah, okay.
So I'm like, white beater, I mean, that sounds more nice than wife beater. And I literally just the other day I was thinking about this, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe like we called tank tops that.
Right.
Which is weird because I'm wearing this as is like very chilly out and not.
I was wondering why. I mean, I'm burning, but I have the heater going.
We just talked like what last episode or something of how nice it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now being cold. I've had my heat on.
It's the end of May. We're going to date this. It's the end of May. We're almost into June. It's raining outside.
It's cold.
I'm sad. It's supposed to be sunny.
It really does.
It's funny because I have a calendar.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm saying I have a calendar with like all my events planned out because of work and whatnot.
Right.
And one of my events for yesterday was that I get to go on a hike. Guess what? I didn't.
For yesterday?
You know why? Because it's fucking raining.
It is. It was. I've had the door closed last night, and I had to turn my heat. I'm like, what is going on? It should not be this cold that I'm freezing in my own apartment.
I had my fireplace on yesterday.
Oh my god, my fireplace on. I have a fireplace I can be on nice and warm. But I agree. Like, if I'm cold, I know you're pretty much an ice cube.
Pretty much, yes.
Because it's like if it's nice for me, then it's like okay, that's still like hoodie weather for you.
If it's cold for you, I'm on the verge of death.
Yep.
If it's too hot for you, I'm comfortable.
Yep. Whenever I'm dying at the higher end of the scale, you're like, oh, this is so nice.
I like this.
And I'm like, I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a summer hoodie, I have a spring hoodie, and I have my winter hoodie. I'm pretty much in hoodies all throughout the year.
That is true. When we worked together, you were just always in hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
Except for like the very, very nice summer times when you would wear dresses. But other than that, hoodies and sweaters all the time.
Yep. What's going on there, Rexy?
So I just looked, my dog was laying on the floor and laying on his bed, but then his head was underneath the couch. I don't know what he was doing.
You have some very interesting dog stories.
He's something else.
I mean, he takes after you, I feel like.
Oh, 100%. He's so this morning, he has to take quick side story. Whenever I moved to Washington, didn't realize how much different stuff was out in Washington. And apparently my dog is allergic to everything in Washington. And I think I actually built up allergies too because of it. Like you guys have different grass, different trees. I didn't know there's different grass.
We have different grass. What does that mean?
I don't know, but he's allergic to this grass out here, but not in Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
And you guys have like different trees with. I've never seen pollen fly off of trees before until.
Hey, you said it right.
I did. How did I used to say it?
Pollen. That's your East Coast accent popping out.
Yeah. Which I've never seen clouds of pollen, like tumbleweeds going down the road.
Yeah, I remember a few weeks ago, I washed my car, and the next day it was all full of pollen.
The yellow one?
Yeah.
I see cars coated all the
Tree
time.
pollen,
Yep.
yeah.
So, because of that, I have to give him allergy medicine every single day.
Right.
Just like little drops in his mouth. This morning, he sees me grabbing it from the counter, and then he just lays down and puts his head into his bed, so I couldn't get to his mouth and give it to him.
Not today, bitch.
And he kept doing like the side-eye thing, looking at me like, are you coming near me?
Oh, I love his side-eye.
He gives it all the time. It's like he figures out these little things of how to get around stuff.
So pretty much you.
Pretty much. There's times when back in Pittsburgh, he wasn't allowed in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'd come up and like stand at the kitchen, lay down, and then just put his paws over the line between the living room and the kitchen. So his paws were in the kitchen, but he wasn't. And he'd just stare at me. Like he knew what he was doing, breaking the rules.
That's hilarious. Which, speaking of dogs, we have to pour one out.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
We
lost someone very important to us.
we lost a celebrity.
We have.
I don't know how relevant this was going to be for a lot of people, but the Doge dog died.
Yeah.
I forget what its name was.
I did too. I know it's like Japanese or Korean.
Something like that, yeah. The face of the Doge coin, Doge in general, the Doge meme.
The Doge brand.
Yeah, that dog finally passed.
Poor puppy.
Which, it's crazy too with all these like famous animals.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Doge dog that passed. You have the Bork Bork dog.
We have Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat. Which, did Grumpy Cat die too?
I think so, a while back.
It's just crazy how we have these like famous animals. They don't know what's going on. They're just living their simple lives.
Little do they know, they're famous.
This is crazy. It's like the entire internet being sad for this one owner's pet. Like, for no reason other than it was a meme dog.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But now he made it to the moon. Finally.
Finally. But we did actually lose another celebrity. Well, celebrity that we might have grown, or I know I grew up with, knowing. I don't know if you have.
I don't even know who you're talking about right now.
The Super Size Me guy.
He died.
He died.
Wow.
He died of cancer. Yeah.
I think I did hear about him having that, but I never knew much about it after that.
Yeah, I think it was like 50 something.
Interesting. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, I just saw it the other day. It is the month of deaths.
Yeah. It's a circle of life.
The circle
I was waiting for. I knew you were
of
going to start doing it.
Can we not end this episode on a dark note, please? Can we have like sunshine and rainbows?
I feel like this is now the second episode where it's like ending on a sad note.
Yeah, let's try not to make this a habit.
I know. Okay, I do have something that will.
Yay!
One final thing.
Okay.
We kind of went by too fast and I didn't get to mention it. We were talking about how shitty Apple was.
Yes.
I've been trying to get this podcast onto different platforms.
Oh, right.
So, first of all, if you're getting into this field, there's a lot to it behind the scenes that you don't understand and I don't understand.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah. So I'm getting it onto the Apple feed so that I can show up on Apple Podcasts. These motherfuckers. It's the hardest thing in the world. So it's like, okay, sign up with an Apple ID. So I created an Apple ID for us.
For our email. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, cool. We're going to email you a code to verify your email. Got it. Got the code in. Awesome.
Nice.
Then it said, hey, now we need a phone number. So I put in my phone number. Cool. We're going to send you a code to verify your phone now. Get the code, put it in. It's like, yeah, sorry, we can't create your account now. What are you talking about, Apple? I did the steps exactly as you said.
I followed the directions, bitch.
So then I'm like, okay, cool. I refreshed the page and I did it all over again. Start over, email, put in the email code. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, you can't make your account right now. I'm like, what did we do wrong to like not be allowed to do this?
What did I do?
Every other platform I've done so far, easy peasy. It's been up in like minutes. Apple is like making me jump through hoops and do backflips to get our podcast up on the feed.
Difficult, lemon difficult.
It is. I hate Apple. I hate Apple so much.
Oh, so hopefully this is on Apple Podcasts now, and we have an RSS feed for this.
Hopefully by the time you hear this, it's already on Apple Podcasts. If it's not, if it's like years down the road and we're still trying to get it up, I'm going to be furious.
Yeah.
Just contacting Apple support. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I put in the code.
Take me to Tim, bitch.
Where's Tim?
Bring him out. We know he's hiding there somewhere.
Dig up Steve's. I need to talk to him. Bust out a Ouija board.
Steve, you bitch.
But yeah, so that's my rant about Apple. I'm tired of Apple. I never want to buy Apple products again.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with that because I have the MacBook, the iPad, AirPods. I just have a whole ecosystem going. That's going to be very hard for me to like break from that.
We need to have like Apple, what's it called? Like people who are coming out of cults and they have to be like deprogrammed or something. We need Apple deprogrammers. Like
we do.
The amount of like people who will like defend that company to the ground, and it's like, you do realize how shitty the products are, right?
Yeah.
With those Apple Vision Pro things.
I hate those things.
And they're already like cracking and breaking. People haven't even had them that long.
I don't even think they sell them in stores.
They do.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, there's a small display on the table. I was in there once, and
okay.
Which was funny. There was a guy who had them on, and like there's the Apple guy beside him to I don't know what he was doing. Probably like helping him through it, but like the guy was just looking around the building like with these fucking goofy ass goggles on. Like our future is turning into Wall-E.
Is it too late to go to Mars yet? Sign me up.
But with that, you have to trust Elon to get you to Mars.
That is true. No, thank you.
Yeah. He can't even get his cars to work right.
I'd rather just, guess I'll die then.
We're pretty much up on time. I feel like we got through a lot.
We did, and I feel like we got through our topics today.
Yeah.
That's for first.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for this week's episode. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to all the internet stuff. Go to our socials. Every social is at Intersint Pod. We also have a link tree at Intersint Pod that you can find all the links to all the other things that are at Intersint Pod. And we'll see you next week.